Alrighty, here we go. Hey there, everybody. It's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to the next episode of the Hot Corners franchise, even year number 1. Last episode was the regular season finale for our first season here at the helm of the Hot Corners team. We lost our first game last episode against the Freebooters 8-6, which effectively ended our playoff chances as we fell to 6-9. We then bounced back in a big way to sweep the Moose for the year at 3-0. We won 9-0 in the finale. Emerson Glover threw her first career quality start, going 7 shutout innings. We also scored 9 runs, and our offense showed up, and we had a great time. That win made our final record on the year 7-9. We missed the playoffs in 4th place in the division. We then went into the playoffs. Freebooters snuck in as an 8-8 team, along with the Herbivores, who were 8-8. They ended up winning the division. Sawteeth were 9-7, if I remember correctly, and the Sirloins ended up being 10-6 as the top seed. On the other side, for the other conference, Jacks were 10-6. Wideloads, I believe, were 10-6 as well. Heaters were also 10-6, and the B-Wolves were 9-7. So, looking at the playoff picture, Freebooters swept the top seed Sirloins out in the first round, as well as the Sawteeth knocked off the Herbivores. So both lower seeded teams advanced on our side. On the other side, the number 1 seeded Jacks got taken out in 3 games by the bottom seed B-Wolves, and the Wideloads took care of business against the Heaters with a sweep. Moving to the semifinals, the Wideloads swept the B-Wolves out of the playoffs as the 2 seed advanced to the finals, and the bottom-seeded Freebooters knocked off the Sawteeth in 3 games. The Freebooters then pushed the Wideloads to a 3-game series, taking Game 1, losing Game 2, and then the Wideloads won Game 3 by a final score of 9-2 in a battle of the Aces, Noel versus Bourbony, with the Wideloads coming out on top. So the Wideloads from the opposite conference are the first-year champions. So with that all in the books, we now head into the first offseason here under the Hot Corners leadership team. Let's see what we want to do to rebuild this club. Looking at the lineup, we don't have any standout stars. We have a lot of good caliber players, but no bona fide star that's going to provide like offensive firepower. I think that's going to be something we want to look for moving forward. Looking here, Sportswood was very solid. He was our most consistent offensive player on the year, so we definitely want to keep him. Geronimo James is good out in center field. He's only going to be 23. He's a good arm in the field. He's got great fielding. He struggled a little bit in the middle of the season hitting-wise, but then he came back strong at the end of the year. So he is a bit of a streaky hitter, but he is still young and a solid core member of the outfield we want to keep. Marcos Resplendent Jr., I can go either way on him. He did go up to a B+ overall at the end of the season with that late speed upgrade all the way to maxed out speed. He also got, I believe, a arm boost, but he did not hit particularly well. If we go ahead and look at his numbers, he only hit 243, so he's not a good hitter to have in the lineup. So maybe we go for a slightly younger right fielder moving forward. That would be an option. There is Mateo Wade. He hit pretty well in the regular season, the 27-year-old soon-to-be. 1 homer, 7 RBIs. He doesn't really bring power to his game. He's more of a contact hitter. But he did hit 387, so he did do his job. He got on base, and he put himself in on the base paths for people to drive him in. So I am okay with keeping him as the starting third baseman moving forward because he's also a solid fielder. Reef Duran. Reef is an interesting one. We brought him in for the last couple of games, but he did not hit well on the year as a whole. For us, he had 5 hits, so he came in at 1-17. He ended up hitting 5 for 9 when he was batting for us. So he hit well, given an opportunity to start every day for us, but he's not a very consistent hitter by the looks of things, despite his hitting ratings, and he can only play second base, so he doesn't offer as much versatility in the field as some other players might. So maybe a younger second baseman is in order, or a younger middle infielder, maybe a shortstop or something, because Landon LeBlanc is a young second baseman. He's going to be 23. He just advanced to a B- overall. Solid hitter. He's a good bat off the bench to pinch hit. He's a great fielder for late in the game. Arm is a little sus, but, he's a second baseman. We're working on it. Lafayette, he was our second most consistent hitter last year. I have no plans to get rid of him. Tiny DeGrande, we can look to go for another catcher in free agency. DeGrande hit well at the end of the year, but for the first 3 quarters of the year, he didn't do particularly well at all. And he only hit 1 home run, where power is his big addition to the team, so he didn't live up to expectations. Hal Bruce, I'm okay looking for a backup third baseman. He didn't get to play as much as I would have liked, but he doesn't really bring a whole lot to the team, and he's going to be 29, so we do need to bring in a younger option there for backup corner infield. Poke Foster, only played 1 game for us. He got 1 at bat on the year. He didn't have a single hit all of last season between us and the B-Wolves. He's a solid bench outfielder, nothing more than that. We might want to look to get a younger bench option moving forward. Grill McGillies, he's a work in progress as a backup catcher, but I'm okay with hanging on to him, even if he didn't hit particularly well last year. He is very much a work in progress. He's only going to be 24, so he is someone you can keep and build up. Mick Steele, solid DH. I don't mind keeping him, but really all he does is DH. He doesn't offer any playability in the field. He doesn't run particularly well. He just he gets a lot of hits and he drops bombs. Dig Forto, just signed, free agent acquisition before the last game. He's a utility infielder. He brings versatility in the field to play all the infield position for us late in games. He doesn't hit, so we don't expect him to get many at-bats. He doesn't run particularly well either. So he's like a late-game sub for the defense, which is good to have, so I'll probably keep him. He's only going to be 22. Moving to pitching, Cooper struggled last year. I'm okay with getting rid of her $10 million contract, but we do need an ace on the team, so maybe we hold on to Cooper. Kaiser, he was our most consistent starter by far compared to the rest of the rotation. I'm okay with keeping him. Despite him being 31, he did pitch really well last year. Feynman, he can go. He didn't do anything special. Glover, she pitched well her last 2 starts of the season, so I'm okay with hanging on to her. She has improved by leaps and bounds every start moving forward in her career, so she is someone we definitely want to look to keep, build up there as the 4th starter in the rotation. Rhubarb pitched well as a long reliever. Broseph, he struggled sometimes, but he's still a solid arm for the bullpen, and he's relatively cheaply priced. Mazo Hayes for a B+ at 5'8", that's really cheaply priced, and he pitched well late in the year, so we'll keep him. Hando Speciale, he pitched really well all season. This guy definitely needs to stick around as the lefty specialist. All right, that's the breakdown. Let's jump into our first offseason at the helm of this team. Let's see what happens. Who will stick? Who will go? That's $10 million. Oh, my God. Okay. Looking at the highlight free agents, we have Alicia Woodrow from the Moonstars, Elvis Stanley from the Blowfish, Jacques Often from the Buzzards, Hackliner from the Wildcats. Man, he won a championship and went gray immediately? Ooh, he might retire early. Okay. Juice Jackson from the Jacks, and Huffley Butler also from the Jacks, all testing free agency. Interesting. All right, for us, Rachel Rhubarb tests free agency. Amazo Hayes tests free agency. Okay. That's 2 bullpen, and that, I think, is going to be it. Steamboat Wissell hangs it up from the Freebooters. He got them all the way to the finals, and then they lost to the Wildcats, so he hangs them up at 42. Randy Manor, former DH, retires at age 37. And Morton Stamberg, the Herbisaurs left fielder, got them to a first-round playoff berth and watched them get swept. So he hangs them up at 37 as well. Okay, so the only people we lost are Rhubarb and Hayes. Not ideal. I wanted to keep both of them. But yeah, so we identified the core needs of this team. We obviously need a solid starting catcher, number 1. I'm not looking at first baseman, but if there's like a solid backup who can act as a fielder and a DH, I'll take that. Second baseman is definitely 1, so that's 2. Backup third baseman is 3. Middle infielder, that's possibly 4. And right fielder is 5. Possible bench outfielder as well as 6. Moving to starting pitching, maybe Cooper gets replaced. We'll see what's out there. Feynman's definitely going to go. That's 7. Rhubarb and Hayes need to be replaced 8 and 9. We're going to keep Broseph, and we are going to keep Ospecialo. So we're good with those 2. Let's see what we got. We'll start with pitching because that's got less holes to fill. What is out here? I don't want Boris Stanton. Please do not bring that name back into conversation ever again. Okay, so Woodrow tests free agency. Wes Yogurt tests from our division rivals, the Wild Pigs. We did not face Yogurt this season. Ansel Krause from the Nemesis. Their ace tests. Rookie Evergreen Rangel. Angel with an R in front of it. Okay. Solid stats. 25 years old. I like that. Put her on the list. Jerry Capps from the Crocodons. Kerwin Arch is the ace of the Sandcats. Perd Lovelorn, the ace of the Grapplers. Sancha Silvio from the Moose. She's their number 3, I believe. Vern Turnburner tests. Hey, we could have a reunion with big old Vern. I'd love that. What else we got? We got rookie Placido McGillies. Love the Fro. Solid accuracy ratings. Good pitch selection. I like that. Junk. A little low, but good velocity. I like that. Put him on the list. Doobie Tubrick's still out there. Rusty Nozzle from the Platypi test, Tubrick's teammate. 26-year-old Bradley Lee. Interesting. Barry Ozone from the Jax tests, and Bertram Halfberger III from the Grapplers. Okay. No? Hell no. Maybe. Alright, so I like Lee, I like McGillies, I like Turnburner, I like Rongel. Anyone else I want to add onto this list? Sancha Silvio would be an interesting addition, being 29, coming over from the Moose. We'd take her away from our division rivals. Boris Stan, we're definitely not going to bring him back. He's just unlucky. I like Perd Lovelorn as well. He always seems to pitch well against us in the series, in the Heaters series, so he would be a nice addition. Arches is too old, 37 for me. That's definitely regression. The same with Jerry Caps. Ansel Krause would be interesting, though, so I'll put him on the list. I can't afford Alicia Woodrow, and I definitely won't be able to afford Wes Yogurt, so we'll let those two go. All right, moving to relievers. Obviously, I would like Rachel Rhubarb back. Bradley Bowler's out there from the Buzzards. He'd be an interesting bullpen arm to have. Who else we got? And Felix Farmhand also tests from the Moose. Ooh, Moose already have 2 pitchers out in free agency, I see. Interesting. Okay. Who else is out here for relievers? Rally Overo from the Grapplers. Remington Sharp from the Platypi. They get too old for my liking. Mazo Hayes is out there. He's the next best reliever. We're going to have to pay a big chunk of money to get him back. Bale Bozer from the Wideloads. He wins a title. Comes out to test free agency. Another lefty specialist. Munstar from the Jacks. I don't like the pitch selection or walk prone, so pass. Rookie Ezekiel Salmon. Ooh, I like the shades. Could he be a reimagining of Cole Salmon? The Fishman? Ooh, I like that. He's got the freebooter shade colors down already. Don't like the pitch selection or his lack of accuracy, but solid junk rating and good velocity as well. He's only 19. He's a possibility. Who else is out here? We have Barrett Hurls, 25-year-old. Only a C, though. I don't like that. But he could be a mop-up role in case we miss out on Rhubarb. Or Rhubarb and Bowler. We could miss out on them. Then we would need a mop-up person. Hurls would fit that bill. All right, we've got Chombo out there still. The rookie closer, Hendricks Little. I like the pitch selections and I like the ratings. We'll see. I don't normally go for closers, but that is something we might be able to swing. All right, moving to position players. Let's see how this goes. Let's get rid of the guys from last year's team. Not going to be looking to pick them up. All right, I think that's everybody. Except Corn. Okay. Good. All right, so let's go position by position. We're going to start with catcher. We need a solid starting catcher. We have rookie 19-year-old Quincy Hall. Nice overall catcher. I like that. Sting McGee's a little older, 29. He has whiffer. Harry Backman can't field, but he can drop bombs. He is a DH. Interesting. Okay. Outside of that, there are no other good starting caliber catchers. There are some young options, though. Reed Anaya and Peter Stevenson. Stevenson being the better fielder, but he can't hit. He's got solid speed, though. Anaya can drop bombs. He's got good fielding, but no arm. So he's kind of like Tiny DeGrande, except he's a better fielder. A little weaker in the power department, but the same hitting ratings, I think, basically. He's the same archetype. He's a little faster. He's got much better fielding. Doesn't have the arm that DeGrande does, though. Interesting. Still, younger than DeGrande, that's something I could work with. Micah Shavell test free agency again. I know he was picked up. He can't field. That's what held me back compared him to, where is McGillies? Yeah, McGillies is technically the better player, so I'm not sticking my neck out for him here on this one. All right, first base. Any solid fielders? This is a good DH. Aspen Yuppers, B+, 29-year-old rookie. Solid name as well. Also have Pitt Allen, 22-year-old. He's a good fielder. Drops bombs as well. He's also a prototypical DH, but he fields like Sportswood does. Interesting. Okay, moving to second base, there is Huffley Buffler, who just come tested from the Jacks. He's a good fielder. He has a lot of offense he brings to the table, and he can play second base and shortstop, which is what I'm looking for. And he has a good arm for a second baseman, so I'll take that. What else we got out here? Alberto Beard, 24-year-old B-. Okay, he'd be a backup. Be a backup. Don't want to go too far in the hole, though. Third base, we're keeping Mateo Wade, but we could use a backup. Any young options out here? Ian Fielder, 24-year-old. He'd be kind of a starter. He can play anywhere in the infield, too. 29-year-old Harry Majors. Okay, same age as Hal Bruce. Adon Lloyd, 21-year-old. I like that. That's a backup I could use. Raffy Slaps is also out there from the Moonstars. Let's see, who else? What do we got at shortstop here? We do need a starting caliber shortstop because our only shortstop on the roster right now is Dig Eforto. I need a starting shortstop who can also play second base in a pinch. So who's out here? We have Elian Arroyo, rookie 26-year-old. Obviously Elvis Stanley, the big name from the Blowfish. Have, that's it, really. Kasia Emmons out here as well. She's a good fielder, at least. I'm not bringing back Nora Holmes. She can't field, and I need a shortstop who can field. So that's not going to happen. That's it, really. All right, we're not looking at left field, but we could use a bench outfielder. So any bench options? No, not that are young anyway. Oh, there is Braden Foley, though. Solid fielder, good contact hitter off the bench, decent speed. Okay, that's usable. Any backup center fielders? There is Claudette Livingston, 19-year-old rookie. We're not going to go after her. We have Geronimo James. What else we have? Wade Hobbs coming over from the Wide Loads. Oak Stark, rookie center fielder. Decent, I guess. Right field. We have Malcolm Maxwell, who tests from the Herbivore. Nope, wrong team. Wrong team. Maxwell, where did you play? Sandcats, that's right, Sandcats, okay. He can only play right field, though. That's the hang-up on him. He doesn't offer any playability. Oakley Stiffs tests from the Freebooters. Wow, okay. He's a DH, but he's also a right fielder, so. Gray Island is a free agent again, okay. Juanita Hernandez, still out there. Roberto Gibson, 19-year-old rookie. I like that. That's a starter right there. Also have Fiona Lowry, who can play right and left field. I would prefer you be able to play all outfield positions, though. And that's it. Okay, we got our targets. Let's see what we can do with them, right? All right, y'all know the drill. 5 rounds, and then we'll move up to the next one. Round 3. Sorry, I was answering a text message. Round 4 and round 5. We'll see what roster moves were made by other teams here in the first 5 rounds. I don't think we're going to be making any roster moves this go around, but we'll see what's out there. We're going to filter the news. We're going to get rid of retirees, development options, income, get rid of player arcs, game results for right now. We'll put them all back on once we're done free agency, but this should make it scroll a little faster. Not really, but it was the thought that mattered, I guess. Oh, you have to hold both of them if you want to go faster? Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Damn, I've been playing this for 3 years almost, and now I figured out how to frickin' do it. God, I'm stupid. Alright, what do we got? Okay, Lars Stadcliffe is the first signing going to the Buzzards. We'll see if he sticks there or not. Juanita Hernandez is signed by the Jacks. Okay. Whopper Batsman to the Platypi. Woodburn to the Nemesis to get rid of Nori Miyoshi. Kennacorn goes back home to the Freebooters after they lost Oakley Stiffs. They need a right fielder. Blowfish get Bobby Bash, who'll replace Jose Carloco. That's a good upgrade there. What else we got? Blowfish signs Busha Digman as she leaves the Heaters. Wide Loads get Boomer Platoon, the firm of Sirloin's third baseman, as they lost Hack Liner in free agency. They need someone to hold that spot on the roster. Jemmy Yago to the Buzzards, and Sammy Shigatani to the Jacks as well. And that's also Olaf Bierson to the Grapplers, former Wide Loads outfielder. That's it for round 1. Round 2, Stracy Wickers, Sandcat catcher, goes to the Herbivores as they lost Fiona Clark, who was their starter. Again, another placeholder. Landon Fair re-signs with the Freebooters. Good signing for them, I think. Good backup for Walker Runs. He could easily take over as well. With the right development, of course. Nothing in round 3. Nothing in round 4. And round 5, I don't think anyone got signed in round 5 either. They did not. Okay, so let's look at numbers here. Just to make sure we don't miss anything. 14.5, 8.5, 7.5. We're good here. 14.2, 11.6, 16.9, 8.3, 9.6. We're good. 5.7, 5.7, 18.6, 15.3, 13.7, 6.3, 11.4. Nothing yet. 14, 13, and 10-1, along with 8-9. Okay, no signings on the offensive side of things. Pitching looks good. 13-1, 13-6, 15-2, 13-1, 14-1, 10.5, 5.5, 13-2, 7-4, 3.4, 10-9, 10-7, 11-8, 3-4, and 11-4. Okay, no Roth moves. We're going to go 5 more. We'll get up to round 10 here. Or through round 10, I should say. Round 9. And round 10. Okay, we're through 10 rounds. Anybody picked up? There was one move in round 9, it looks like. Nothing in round 8. Nothing in round 7. Round 6 had Boris Stanton get picked up by the Grapplers. Good luck. You're going to need it. Remember, Grapplers have 2 openings in their rotation. They lost Bertram Halfberger III and Perd Lovelorn. Alright, let's see. That's 1 round. This one's 2. Alright, Freebooters get Nori Miyoshi. Our former outfielders that get rid of Wiggles Freeman. That's a good upgrade there for the bench. Round 9, I don't think there was anybody in it. And nobody in round 10 either. Okay. Let's take a look at numbers. What do we got? 11.5, still too high. 6.6, too high. 6 million, too high. 11.2, too high. 9.2, close. Very close on Pitt Allen. We'll need to make a decision on him moving forward. Let's see. Huffley Buffler's still a little high. 6.8, still high. 7.8 is right in the happy zone for Ian Fielder, a guy of his caliber. Not sold on signing him as a backup. He's more of a low-tier starter than he is a backup. So I don't want him taking away playing time from anyone else in the infield. So not sold on signing him at the moment. Backup third base, 4.5 and 4.4. We're good there. Still here, good. Okay, looks like we're going to be going 1 round at a time moving forward. 8-9 is getting close. 11, 10-4. 7-9 is right there in the happy zone for Gibson. 7 million for Lowry. Okay. Gibson, let's compare you to Resplendent. What do you offer that he doesn't? Okay, so they're basically the same contact hitter, slight edge to Resplendent, but same level. More power for Gibson, more fielding for Gibson. Resplendent's going to have the arm and the speed categories, obviously, because he's elite in both of those categories. And then speed, I already did that, actually, never mind. Okay, so same in one, and they're 2-2 down the middle. Gibson is a lot younger. He's only 19. All right, I say we go 1 round and see what happens. Move from there. All right, 10-2, 10-8, 12-2, 10-2, 11-1, 8-1. We're getting close. 4-4, 10-2, 5-7, 2-6, 8-6, 8-5, 9-3. Okay, 2-7. Okay, we're getting close on some of these guys, so we'll go 1 round. Round 11. Any signings, and we'll go react. Okay, Gibson made it around. I think he can't go lower than 7.5, so I think we need to sign Gibson this round because I like what he brings to the table. He's basically the same as Resplendent, a slight step back overall-wise, but other than that, I'd play with him every day. All right, no roster moves. All right, let's go make that move then. Eight, 9. Ooh, Pitt Allen is close. I don't know. I'm not sold on getting rid of Mick Steele because that's going to be a sizable chunk of money we're going to lose. That's $6 million right there. I mean, he's much better, yes, but then he's fighting Sportswood for playing time, and they're basically the same player. I mean, looking at this, I mean, Pitt Allen, all he does is hit home runs. He doesn't hit for contact. He hits for power. That's it. Speed, he's a little bit better. He's got a little bit better fielding. They're about the same, and about the same in the arm category as well as the first baseman. Pitt Allen, though, can play third base, where Sportswood can only play first. But I like Sportswood. I don't want to get rid of Sportswood. So I'm not sold on signing Allen. I'm also not sold on signing Yuppers. So I'll see what I want to do with that. Hopefully Buffler's still a little expensive. Beard is a little expensive as well. Fielder, I'm not sold on. Lloyd is at 4.3. He's getting close, but not quite. I want him under $4 million, and then we'll talk. Same with Rappy Slaps. Shortstop, 15, 11, 7. They're a little expensive. Kasha Emmons at 10.6. Maybe get her under 10, and then we can talk. Let's see what we got. Braden Foley, 4.8. Okay. Getting there. Bench outfielder for sure. Oak Stark, 8.6 is a starting backup center fielder. Better hitter than Foley's got better contact. He has better power. Better speed for Stark. Better fielding. Better arm as well. So Stark would be a better backup for sure. 10.6, 10.1, 6.7 for Lowry. Doesn't have the full playability. Weak fielder as well. I don't like that. But yeah, Roberto Gibson we're definitely going to sign here. He's at the right amount of money I would give for a guy of his caliber. And we can get rid of Marcos Resplendent Jr. That's fine with me. Let's make the move. Because Resplendent didn't sell me on anything he did last year, so I think just bringing Gibson's going to be the smart move. Let's just start over, see if we can get a better hitter in right field. All right, pitching-wise, 9.9, 10.5, 11.6, 9.9, 10.5, 7.8 for McGillies. McGillies is at the right amount of money for a B overall for sure. 26 though. Lee is a little expensive. Bowler's at 9.8. He's getting closer. Rhubarb at 5.5. We can go a little lower. Hayes at 8.3. I'm aiming for like $6.5 million. Same with Bozer. Salmon at 9. It's a little expensive as well. Yeah, 8.6. Okay, I don't think I want to make any pitching moves. I think I want to go one more round on that front. So let's go one more round. Gibson will be the only move for this round. Let's move to round 12. All right, so we're through round 12. Anyone else get signed? No. Everyone else is still there. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's look. 10.6 is a little expensive for Quincy Hall. I'd like to get him under 10 million if possible. Peter Stevenson at 6 is still expensive. Anaya at 5.6 is also expensive. 10.4, 8.6 for Pitt Allen. That is mighty tempting to sign. Oh, I don't want to though. Sportswood's the better hitter. Now this is 6.1. I gotta come back to that one. I can't make that move. 12.7 for Buffler. Okay. A little expensive though. Beard at 6.3, maybe. Fielder at 7.2. Lloyd is at 4.2. He's getting close. For him to Bruce. Almost at the right price. We'll keep going. Rappy Slaps is probably at the same price as well. He's at 4.1. He's a little cheaper. 14.4, 11.3. I think Stanley's going to go soon. Arroyo, a little too expensive, I think. Maybe you want to give him 10 something, I think. At shortstop there. Although he's a very solid player. I like his skill set. Kasha Emmon, 10.3. Comparing her to Arroyo. Arroyo's the better fielder. He has the better arm. She has more speed. She has more contact. He has more power. So he has the edge, slightly. $4.7 for Foley. I do like what Foley has on the backup kind of range. 4.7 is a little expensive though for a C+. Yeah, I don't want to give him 4.7 for that. Maxwell's at 10.3. I don't need Maxwell anymore, so I'm going to take him off the list. Same with Oakley Stiffs. We got our starting right fielder. Lowry's at 6'4", that's still expensive. Oak Stark at 8'3", a little expensive. Foley a little expensive as well, so no roster moves on the offensive side of things. Moving to pitching. 9-6, 10-2. How much am I paying Cooper? $10 million? We could talk. We could talk if we want to go for Rangel. Or Rangel. Rangel, Ranger, however you say it. Evergreen. I like what she brings to the table. If I can get her under $10 million, I think we're going to have a good time. 7.5 for McGillies. I'd pay him 7.5. That's not horrible. We can get rid of Feynman. It's a little bit of a pay bump, but at the same time, I think we're going to get a slightly better player who's younger and can still develop, whereas Feynman's 29. He's probably capped out at his development. Yeah, I'm going to give McGillies the shot here. I'm going to go for it. See what he can bring to the table. Only paying $700,000 too. That's nice. All right, so he's in. Bradley Lee, 4-1. What do you compare to Glover here? Glover's overpaid for sure. Same age, only thing better. Glover and Lee are basically the same pitcher. Lee has the edge in junk, which gives him a slight edge overall-wise. But Glover pitched really, really well at the end of the year. So I want to stick with Glover and see if she can keep it going next season. So I don't think we'll go for Bradley Lee. I'll keep the start in case all these other guys miss, though. Bowler, 5-3 for Rhubarb. Let's see, 2-4 for Farmhand. Hayes is at 8 mil. He's getting close. Salmon's at 8-7. 2-5 for Hurls. 8-3. Okay, that's it for roster moves. Let's move one more round into the future. Getting through round 13. Anybody else? All right, there was one roster move. Jeb jumps to the freebooters. They cut Landon Fair again. Oh, poor Landon. But this means Jeb Jumps is going to start over Walker runs. Unless they want Walker to field and Jumps to DH. But they have Brickhouse at DH, so that's the only other roster move that was made. So everyone else is still out there. My God. They want me to make these moves. Oh, God. They want me to be the one to break ice. Ooh, I don't know. Power's lefty for Anaya, too. I didn't even see that. Even better power hitter. Quincy Hall is tough. Hale is tough out. I thought it was Hall. It's Hale. Damn, I'm stupid. Tough out. Ooh, that's a tempting trade. I want you under 10 million, though. Can you do that for me, Hale? Can you do that? 10-1 for Yuppers. 8-3 for Allen. Ooh, I can't. I can't. Damn it. Oh, this is hard. It's still expensive. 6-1. 7 mil. 4 mil. Get under 4. I'll talk about it. 13-8. 11 million. Still too expensive. 4.5. Okay. Getting closer. Not quite there yet. 8 mil. We'll see how this goes. And 6-2. Okay. Pitching. 9-3. 9-9. Can you get me to 9.5, Rangel? Can you do me that? Can you do me that solid? I like Rangel. I want her first. She would be my pick. The youth upside just, it speaks to me. 5-1, still expensive. 7-7. 8-4. Yeah, we're good. Okay, one round. Let's go. No signings. Round 14. Okay, some pickups. So Cortez goes off the Sirloins. They go for Elvis Stanley. Okay. That moves Willard Wiggins to the bench. They also get Reed Anaya, the rookie catcher. So they gave him 5-4 because of his trait. Interesting. So that means they value Stevenson less. So if he gets under 5-4, we should sign him. Stevenson's at 5-6. We can go another round. Meggie Meggles, reliever, is going to the Sirloins to get rid of Franz Zilla. So the Sirloins are the first to act. They also go for Wiggles Freeman. Did they lose Wiggins? Did he retire and I didn't see it? Maybe. 9-6 for Rango. I need to go one more. Manzano off goes to the Sirloins, coming over from the Grapplers, who replaced Tish Ballin. They also get Pumper Lumpkins. Man, the Sirloins just running the league, right? They created all 6 of those roster moves by themselves. Interesting. So 10 million for Hale. I don't think he might be worth 10 million. He might be worth 10 million. For the Grande, what's that move? Has $5.5 million. But I need a catcher. I need a catcher. Damn it. Oh! Shit. Stevenson is what? 5'6"? Nah. 9'8". 8 mil for Allen. Ah, damn it. I can't let him go for 8 million. That's pretty good. That's a move I gotta make, I think. Buffler at 11.8. That's expensive. I want him under 11. Fielder at 6'8". Lloyd is at 3'9". I'd take 3'9". Wow, Bruce, it is a slight bit of a step back, but it's the same amount of money. We get 8 years younger. I'll take it. Give me Lloyd. Alright, so I don't need Fielder. I don't need Slaps. Arroyo's at 10.7. They gave Stanley like 13 million. I could give Arroyo 10.7. So then that means if we sign Arroyo, that means we are probably getting rid of Reef Duran, which means we won't have a second baseman on the roster. So it's either we get rid of Duran and bring in Arroyo, and then that means we have to sign a second baseman and get rid of Dig. Or we hold on to him, get rid of Dig, and just make Arroyo the shortstop. Okay. All right. Where are we at with second baseman? We have Buffler, who's really the only good second baseman I like, outside of maybe Kitty Kaufman, but she can't field. Candela, he can field at least, but he's 36. He's too old. Beard is a rookie. He's untested. He's the same overall as Landon LeBlanc. LeBlanc's a better fielder, but Beard has the arm. Beard is also a better power hitter. He's a weaker contact hitter, weaker speed, I think, as well. Compare him to LeBlanc. No, he has better speed. Okay. Interesting. I don't like those moves, though. That means we would be forcing our hand to sign Buffler if we go for Arroyo here. So I think the smart move is to take Arroyo and get rid of Dig, spend the money now, and then see if we can get Buffler down a little bit. That's a smart move. At least if we miss on Buffler, we'll still have Duran to play second base. So let's go for Arroyo. We'll get rid of Eforto here, spend the money, get a quality shortstop. I like him. All right, that means we don't need Emmett anymore. Braden Foley is at 4.4. That's a little expensive for a C+. Oak Stark is at 7.7. That's all right. Lowry's at 6 mil. It's a little expensive. 9 mil, 9.6. You couldn't go under 9.5 there, Rangel. 10.5, 9 mil, 9.6. Interesting. Okay, so Silvio has 4 pitches. So does Lovelorn. Carouse, Rangel, and Turnbull all have 5. Rangel, though, is 25. I can work with that. Relievers. Rhubarb at 4.9 is getting close to signing. I would give her 4.5. Farmhand 2.3. Hayes is 7.4. I want him about 6.5 mil. We'll see if they pay him. Salmon's at 8.1. Earls is at 2.3. Okay. Little's at 7.7. All right. No rush. No panicking. 10 million for Hale. 8 million for Allen. I can't pass up on 8 million. I really can't. Nick played well too. That's the sad part. But Allen is just. He's just. They let him drop to 8 million at 22 years old at a B+. I can't let that slide through my fingers. I can't let it slide, and that means either him or Sportswood's going to be the DH because both of them are too good to not have in the lineup. So at least we'll know who our DH is moving forward. That's good. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get the money. Get the money out. Get him. 10 million for Hale for DeGrande. That leaves us 8-3 to spend on the 2 pitchers. I don't think that's a smart move. I gotta let him drop. I gotta let Hale go. Oh, I love Hale. Damn it. How does Beard compare to a Durant? Same fielder, same speed, better arm for Beard, better power for Beard, and weaker contact hitter. Okay. So we have an option to get rid of Durant if we don't like him and we miss on Buffler. I'm going to keep Stevenson and Beard here. Hale on the star list here. I won't sign them. Looking at outfield here for Foley. Okay, pitching. Going to go one more on that. Okay. So there's a couple moves. Let's get through round 15. Any other moves? Okay, a couple. All right, Gray Island to the B-Wolves. Maxwell to the Nemesis to get rid of Gabby Ganez, because they lost Javi Yotter. Claudette Livingston, the all-star center fielder, to the Blowfish to get rid of Alfonso Delgado. Okay, that's it. All right, so that was not bad. None of the guys I was targeting got signed. 9-7 for Hale is pretty good. 5-4 for Stevenson. Okay, so this is where they signed the other guy. But Stevenson's not a good hitter, and he doesn't have a trait. So I think they're either going to overpay him or he's just not worth signing. Interesting. Buffler's at 11.5. That's still expensive. Beer is at 5.7. Foley's at 4.3. Getting there. Stark at 7.5. Lowry at 5.8. Rangel's at 9.3. I could spend 9.3, I think, for her. That's a lot of upside I don't want to pass on. So let's go ahead and give her that money. Go ahead and cut Cooper here. And that's good for starting pitching, so we don't need any more starters because we didn't miss on the person we wanted. Then bullpen is all we got left. We have to re-sign Rhubarb, and we still have to re-sign Hayes. That's going to cost about, let's see, 4.5 plus 6.5 is 11 million. So we're only going to have 3.5 million right now left to spend. Interesting. Okay. Earls is a righty. Earls is a work in progress, though. We bring him in. Fastball, 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 slider. At least he has 4 pitches, but 3 of them are fastballs, though. I don't like that. Bring him in for Hayes. It's a massive step back. Oof. We do need 2 righties in the bullpen, though, because we had 3 lefties last year. I don't know. And we still need catcher, too. Dang it. And second base, possibly. Alright, we made the moves we wanted to make, so let's go one more round, see what happens. Halfway home here, 16 rounds in. Alright, were there any other roster moves? Alright, there goes Hale. He's going to the Jacks. So they replace Log Freely. Okay, so 9.7 was probably the bottom price for that. That's it. Hayes is 7 mil. Beard is still out there. Stevenson is still out there. So is Buffler. Okay. I don't like the prices for them, though. Where's Rhubarb? 4.6. Okay, one more round. See what happens. Emmon to the Overdog, so she re-signs. Elric Griffin is cut for Rally Overo. That's a good signing for the Herbisaurs bullpen. Bradley Lee to the Sawtooth, rookie starter. Ezekiel Salmon, the 19-year-old, goes to the Wildwood. Okay, so he's gone. Stingy goes to the Sawtooth. Done that a couple times in my playthroughs. Alright, so they went for Salmon, who's a lot younger than Hayes. Interesting. And they overpaid him. That means Hayes is probably at 6'8". That's probably what they're going to pay him. So I want Hayes back because he pitched well for us at the end of the year. And he's got the most upside at 24. And he has pitch selection, whereas Munstar has only 3 pitches and walk prone. I don't like that. So if we go for Hayes, we bring him back in. We give him a little bit of a pay increase, which is what he was looking for, so he'll be happy, and our bullpen doesn't suck. I'll take that. Okay, now for the other reliever. We still have one reliever left to get. That is Rhubarb, who's at 4.5. That's perfect. That's what I wanted to pay her. She's making us slightly more than she was last year. She's now up to a B-. She was a C+ to start. Yeah, I can work with that. Now we're down to 3-2. Okay. Alright, so we got our bullpen. We're not making any moves there, so we can get rid of Bowler, Farmhand, Bozer, and Hurls, and Little. Okay. That's good. So we were able to re-sign our guys, but I would love to have gotten another righty. Still, it is what it is. We have our pitchers. We have our long reliever for things when they go bad. We have a solid lefty. We have another lefty specialist who's really good, and a righty. Could we? Is Broseph expendable then? Because he's a little overpaid for a B+. Maybe. Could we do like a Barrett Hurls, 2.1 million? Probably. That frees up $5 million right there. But we haven't made all our roster moves yet, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have the rookie catcher Stevenson, paying him for DeGrande. That's 0.6. We get a better fielder. We get a better defensive catcher, but a weaker offensive catcher. That's the downside. That's the trade-off. So our catcher probably won't hit well this year, which isn't surprising. That's generally what happens in a lot of my series. We have Shavewell. Shavewell's a better hitter, contact-wise, than Stevenson. Weaker in the power department, weaker speed, weaker fielder, same arm. So really, edge goes to Stevenson. And the other catchers I'm not even interested in looking at. Fiona Clark can't hit already, so it's the same conundrum with Stevenson. Backman, he can hit, but he can't field. He'd be the everyday catcher. Do you really want that? Probably not. Olfton is 36. He's going to regress. Will he stay at a high level of competition? No, and I don't feel like paying him $9 million. But I think taking the L here with Stevenson for DeGrande is probably the better move. We get younger. We're going to have a lot of young guys with no money to spend on them. That's the sad part. But make the move. Alright, second base, Buffler or Beard? Honestly, we upgraded in other positions. We can afford to take a step back at second base. If we go for Alberto Beard here, we get a power hitter who has good, decent fielding and a good arm. And he's cheaper than Duran, who's at $8 million. It's a step back, but it's almost an even trade. It's only a little bit of a step back in the speed and fielding department. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this move. Then it'll be him and LeBlanc fighting for playing time, basically. Beard is in. Duran is out. Now we're up a little bit in the money department. That's good. Buffler's good. So now, really, the only question left is Joseph Broseph expendable and backup outfield? Do we go for someone like Braden Foley? Comparing him to... Let's compare Foster to Lowry. Foster has the edge. Foster to Stark. About the same player. Foster to Foley. I think slight edge to Foster, but the youth factor for Foley has me intrigued. So I think Foley would be the one I would sign. I just want to get him under $4 million to try and get some money out of this roster move. And if Foley gets signed, we just keep Poke Foster for a year. I'm fine with that. Foster's just a solid guy off the bench to field. Now the other question. Is Joseph Broseph expendable? Do we need another righty in the bullpen that badly? I think so. I think we need a righty-righty. Then between righties, who do we have? We have Chiron Throne, who's 29. He's going to regress. Hurls at 25 has the chance to go up. C overall. I generally pitch better with lower-rated pitchers anyway for some weird reason. Omar Chambo. Nah, fat chance. He only has 3 pitches. Let's see. What else we got? Closing-wise, we have Smack Avery. I don't like closers. Plain and simple. I don't see the need for them. You can only pitch 2 innings for me, and it's not a great trade-off. So I think with the getting money back move, we want to get Barrett Hurls. So let's go ahead and get Hurls. We'll get rid of Joseph Broseph. This is a tough decision here. This might be a dumb one, but I think this is the right move. It might make our bullpen weaker, but I think with the extra money, we can upgrade a lot of our younger players. So let's go ahead for that. 10-4, and then we'll just see if we can get some money out of the Foley move or not. All right, so Oliver to the Blowfish, Bradwick to the Blowfish. Oh, he's cut, actually. They got Stubby 2 brick. Wow. They needed to free up some money. Chambo to the Blowfish. Ice Vayner released by the Sandcats for Ansel Carouse. They get a new ace pitcher, so they lost Kerwin Arches. Harry Majors to the Blowfish. They released Bobby Bash. Had to free up money. Keisha Mushar off the Jacks. They get Munstar back. Okay. Wagner off the Wild Pigs. They bring in Godfrey Storm. Wagner is a prototypical DH. And he only seems to... Oh, I don't know what happened. Actually, I almost dropped the controller there. I saved it from hitting the ground, so we're good there. But yeah, where were we? Where is he? Yes, Wagner is a prototypical DH. He always seems to hit well in these series, but I just spent all that money on Pitt Allen. It's dumb for me to go and replace him now. Maybe later in the season. Holmes to the Jacks. Buffler back. Oh, Buffler goes to the Freebooters. Ooh, that's a good upgrade there at second. Diggler to the Dog. Is cut from the Dogs for Turnburner. Okay. Libby Doe to the Jacks. Jerry Caps to the Jacks. Marshwater to the Nemesis for Finnegan's. That's about the tit-for-tat trade, basically. Often to the Blowfish. Mietball off the Jacks for Silvio. That's a good upgrade there. Nerdward to the Blowfish for Heater. Steel to the Pigs. Zoner to the back to the Nemesis. Fielder to the Overdogs. Backman back to the Blowfish. Bowler to the Wild Pigs. Yogurt to the Crocs. Okay. Landon Fair to the Blowfish. Sharp to the Nemesis. Delano to the Overdogs. Shavewell to the Blowfish. Lovelorn to the Nemesis. Jackson to the Wild Pigs. Wow, that's a big move. They got rid of Alba. Sox to the Overdogs to get rid of Casper Stern. Same kind of player. Hendricks Little, the closer, to the Sandcats. And Candela to the Nemesis. Okay. Alright, so really, it's just outfield at this point. Lowry, Stark, and Foley. Foley got signed, didn't he? You bastards. You knew I wanted him, didn't you? Where did he go? I missed it. You absolute... Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Gone this far without swearing. Let's not do it again. Herbisaurs. You frickwits. Oh, I hate you people. Well, that does it for me. We're not going to be able to sign a young outfielder to replace Poke Foster, so we will hang on to him. We'll keep an eye out for any young outfielders that get released in free agency, but at this point, I don't see us paying for Oak Stark and wasting money on a bench outfielder who might never play. And Fiona Lowry doesn't really play out all the outfield positions we necessarily need for a backup. She only plays right and left. She doesn't offer any relief in center field should we, heaven forbid, need a center fielder. So, gonna have to hang up on this one. Let both of them go. Really, it's just waiting to see if there's going to be a young outfielder available for us, and it doesn't look like there is for the time being. So, looks like Foster will hang on to the bench outfield role for the time being. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright. Let's get through round 20 here. Alright, so now it's just waiting to see how the rest of free agency shakes out, basically. Any of our guys still out here? Obviously, Tiny DeGrande is still out here. I want to see if he gets picked up. Reef Duran, Bobby Bash. Hal Bruce is out here. Marcos Resplendent Jr. is out here as well. Lowry's still out here. Stark looks like he got signed. Pitching, Feynman is out here. I want to see where he goes. Joseph want to see where he goes as well. Lowry goes to the wide loads. Okay. Where does Stark go? Cooper went to the Moose. Damn it. Fordo to the Herbisaurs. Okay. Where is he? Stark went to the Platypi. Okay, well, he's in the other conference at least, so no worries there. One move in there. Lowry to the wide loads. Okay. Bobby Bash to the Moonstars to give it to Dale Nail. He's not a young outfielder, so we're good there. Quaker to the Heaters, get rid of Mantonio Levo, Marshmallow to the Platypi, Ronner to the free agent pool, Jenkins to the wide loads. Farmhand back to the Moose to get rid of Babette Walkman. Feynman goes to the wide loads. Bertram Hackberger to third to the Moonstars. Okay. Again, no young outfielders, so no reason to look here. Rory Crowds to the Moose to get rid of Lionel Martinez. Resplendent goes to the Moonstars to get rid of Elijah Gobelson. Nothing else there. Carloco to the Sawtooth to get rid of Junior Young Jr., young first baseman who's the DH, and Shania Burns to the Grapplers. Dick Berger to the Jacks to get rid of Raffy Slaps. Poor Raffy. Thought he had a home. No longer has a home. B-Wolves get Gustafsson to get rid of Benny Balmer. Evergreen to the Grapplers to get rid of Olaf Beerson. Again, Beerson only plays left field and he's not exactly young, so not what I'm looking for. Nothing around 28. 29, Duran to the Platypi to get rid of Whopper Batsman. 5 minutes. See, nothing in round 31. Nothing in round 31 again. Okay, round 32. Let's see. Last round. Anybody we got? Anything interesting? So we do have 10-4 going into the new year. That's a solid number. I like that. That'll give us a good amount of money after every game to upgrade a lot of our young guys. I like that. That's why I had to make Broseph expendable. He was making a little bit too much for a B+ overall. Especially when we got Hayes for like 6 cents and change. Broseph making 7 cents and change at that point became expendable. Alright, so nobody else made it there. Okay, so let's put all this back on. There we go. Okay, so no one else got picked up. Alright. I don't think there's any young outfielders here. Stern is young-ish, but he has RBI dud. He's not a great player, so pass. Johnson's 26. He can play all the outfield positions, but he can't field. Basically, he's a pinch runner, not what I would need him for. Cortez, he's 27. He's not great. He's a good power hitter. He can't field, though. Again, same issue. And that's it there. Okay, so Bruce did not get signed. It looks like Tiny DeGrande did not get signed. And I think there's a pitcher out there. Joseph Broseph did not get signed either. Lad Bradwick is still a free agent. Diggler and Heater, they're past their prime at this point. Vayner and the game are out here, but I don't use closers. Luda Baziz is out here, but he's a mop-up guy at best, so not what I would look to bring in. Okay, so no roster moves. I'm going to go ahead and take a peek at the schedule, have a look. We're going to have the first game of the new season. We're taking on the Blowfish at home. We start with 5 straight home games. Interesting. No double headers in the first 5. Then we go on the road. Home, home, road, 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 road. 6 road games in a row, and 2 of them are double headers. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, man. That's going to suck. But interesting, only 2 double headers this year. Then we play the Moose and then the Herbivores. So a lot of road games in the second half of the year, a lot of home games in the front half, 7 and 7. Do we play any teams from the other conference twice? That is the question. We play the Blowfish twice this year. Okay, so instead of a third doubleheader, we get the Blowfish twice, 1 on the road and 1 at home. Interesting. Interesting schedule makers, interesting. So that means we play the Freebooters 3 times, Wild Pigs 3 times, we play the Moose twice, and the Herbivores twice. Okay. Fair enough with me, I guess. So let's set the lineup. Preview of the pitching matchup first. On the mound for the Blowfish, new addition, Alicia Woodrow, the former Moonstars ace. She will come in and be the headliner of the Blowfish rotation in year 2. And we will send Noah Kaiser, the last year's reigning rookie. He will be the new ace going into this season. So he pitched the best last year, so it's a well-deserved promotion for the 31-year-old. Lineup will be used for opening day. Sportswood will play DH. He'll lead off. Lafayette in left, batting second. Arroyo, the rookie shortstop, will bat third. Rookie first baseman Pitt Allen is in the cleanup role. Batting fifth will be third baseman Mateo Wade. Batting sixth, rookie right fielder Roberto Gibson. Batting seventh, rookie second baseman Alberto Beard will get the start. Batting eighth, center fielder Geronimo James. And batting ninth, rookie catcher Peter Stevenson. And that is going to do it for this episode, guys. The offseason is officially over. We are now a balanced team with good defense, good starting pitching, average contact power and bullpen, and a non-existent speed in this roster. Actually, bullpen might be a little bit below average, but still. I like the moves we made. Will it be enough to get us over the edge to a winning record? I hope so, but no guarantees. Tune in next time to see if we can make a successful run at it in year 2. Made it this deep in the video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already here on Twitch, hit the follow button down below to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch down in the description below if you want to come over and watch these videos live before they get posted over there. And until next time, everybody, this is the Nasty One, signing off. Catch you in the next one.